to this video. Before we dive right in, let's quickly take a look at this video that I've generated here.
In the pursuit of success, one must be willing to make sacrifices. It is through these sacrifices that we kindle the flame of determination, propelling ourselves towards greatness. Each sacrifice serves as a testament to our commitment and unwavering focus on our goals.
All right, so now that you heard that, all of this was generated by AI. From the image here, to the audio, to the script. So everything was generated by AI A to Z. So if you want to know how to do this, continue watching this video. All right, so let's get started. So what we are going to do is, this will probably be like a two-part series, wherein in this video we're going to learn how to make your own voice clone of your voice. So if you heard the voice, it was pretty much very close to my voice, right? So I made a voice clone. And then after that, I use something called a sat talk or sat talker, which is basically like a image. So you pass in an image and as well as an audio, it will generate the lip syncing with expression output for you. Obviously, we need a graphic card. I have access to my personal graphic card. Let me just quickly connect to it. So yeah, so I have the 4090 Ti. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. This is anyway. So it's the 4090 Ti, which has about 24 GB of VRAM, and in this itself, it takes a lot of time to generate. So obviously, we need a graphic card. That is the caveat. However, if we do have access to a graphic card, not necessarily a 4090, but any good graphic card, we can get something like this. All right, so quickly moving on. So in this video, like I said, just to reiterate, we're going to be making the text to speech voice clone of our voice using the Tortoise text to speech model. This one is being forked from this repository, so I will obviously put the repository link in the description below. So kudos to the developers. So this has been forked. So I made a very small script that will basically just, if you run it, it should just generate your voice. So in order to get started, let me just open up my Jupyter notebook here. So it is called as the my voice test.py. And it is just probably like 10, 15 or 10 lines of code. You can get something like that. Before we get started, I've completely given the steps in order for you to generate the voice. What you need is a 10 seconds recording of you speaking inside of the tortoise/voice directory. So if you come here into the repository, once you clone this repository, get inside the tortoise. So inside of the tortoise, there's another folder called as voices. And here, typically, my voice is where I have my voice recordings here, but here is where you would change and put your own. Instead of this recording one, which is mine, you can put your own and rename it to recording one if you just want to keep everything intact, or else you can obviously change the file name, and also you have to just give the directory name here. So here, instead of saying my voice, if you say, for instance, let's say my voice XYZ, so you have to just make sure in the code you refer this directory called as my voice XYZ. That will become clear in a moment now. So let me just quickly code it out. It is just 10 lines of code, I believe. So import torch, obviously, and import torch audio. Torch.audio, and from API import text to speech and models directory. Yes. And from utils.audio import load voices and load voice. I think load voice should be good because that's the method that we are using. All right, so once the import is done, I will show you how to install everything, the dependencies. but let's just get with the code for now. All right, so let's create a text equal to hi, this is my text. So if there was like a long form text, do keep in mind that the characters are capped to I think 400 or 450 something characters, so you are tokens, so to speak. So try to keep these tokens within that range. However, I think I will also make another video as to how you can use another text to speech called as Bark, wherein you don't necessarily have that cap of tokens. So here, if you wanted to create a long voice like a podcast, you have to make sure to break down the text so that it does not exceed the 440 something tokens. Probably create multiple of these texts and maybe put it inside a for loop, and then for every text it creates the voice. So something like that you could do it. So I can say hi. I'll just copy a few sentences or a few words here. Hi, this is my text, and put this inside 3 quotes. Okay, so that is good. So hi, this is my text. Let's yeah, cool. Now we have the text that is taken care of. Now here we'll set the preset equal to fast. So there are different presets. I'll just put a now what is a preset? It determines the quality. So let me just put that comment here. So preset mode to determine the quality. So what are the different presets? Ultra fast, fast, which is the default, standard, and high quality. So I've seen that standard and high quality tend to produce good results. The one that I used was standard. Oh boy, it did take a lot of time to generate. So in the best interest of time, I'm just going to keep it to fast and let it be that way. So TTS equal to text to speech model. Right, voice samples and condition latents. So the intermediate representation, load voice. So here's where you give the directory. You say my voice. So if you were to, like I said, in this directory, so this is where I'm referring it to. So here, if you probably changed it to my voice XYZ, or let's say your name is Jack and you say Jack. So just make sure to reference Jack here, right? So that's the only change you have to do. And then that's pretty much it. So gen equal to TTS dot TTS with preset. And what should be generated is the text. Voice samples is the voice samples. Condition. So let me just yep. Equals to condition latents, and the preset is preset. So this will take a while. So once that is done, now the inference is going to kick off. So if all goes well, I think, which is that. All right. So while that is being generated, let me just quickly show you the installation procedure. So again, so if you come back to this repository, now to install this, all you have to do is come down and there is this installation instructions. So clone the repository, get inside and do pip install -requirements.txt file. So now let me show you one issue with this is that now let me go to the base repository and get inside the requirements. So here there are some issues with the dependencies. So if we were to use the same versions of these dependencies, well, at least for me, it threw me an error and it could not install or even if it did install, it could not do some inferencing because I don't know, something was broken. So what I did was, in order to get around that, generally just removing these dependencies, pip will automatically take care of the version that we need. So if we remove the version requirement, typically it should still work fine. And in this case, it did work fine. So what I would recommend is try with this requirements, with this version, with the version of the frameworks mentioned. If it does not work, please feel free to try this one. It should definitely work. So once that is done, so just do pip install as requirements.text -r requirements.text file. Everything remains the same. So just make sure to clone my repository if it does not work in the author's repository. And then of course you have to do Python setup.py so that it becomes available to your local Python interpreter, so that you can just start calling the functions from wherever you want. Okay, so once that is taken care of, all you have to do is get inside the Tortoise let me just show you. So so I have the Conda environment. So Conda activate Tortoise is the environment. So I would highly suggest you keep a separate environment for this, like I said, because there are some dependencies issues. If you don't take care of it, it'll be a problem. So once you're inside that environment, just get inside the Tortoise text-to-speech. All right, and then do Python Tortoise my voice test.py. And obviously, like I said, just make sure to get inside this py file and then change this directory as well as the text here. So just to reiterate, keep it within the 400 token range, right? Obviously extend it. When it throws an error, try reducing it such that it does not throw an error anymore. It'll be a runtime error, of course. So once that is done, load, take a 3 different audio clips that is of 10 seconds roughly, and then put it inside the directory and then locate that directory here. That's it. And you can of course play around with the preset, and these are the different values: ultra fast, fast, standard, and high quality. So I think more than high quality, for me standard performed better, but hey, you can only try. So, and sometimes what happens is you might have to do 2 times, or you might have to perform the inference, generate the audio 2 times, or at least more than once sometimes, in order to get a better output. So yeah, feel free to try it out. And here, generated voice 4.wav will be the file name. So just make sure to change that file name every time we generate a new audio. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so this is done. So you see, it takes a while. All right, so it has been generated. Now let's use torch audio. Torch audio.save. And then I'm going to say yttut.wav. And then what is gen dot squeeze. Oops. And put this to CPU. Now 24,000 is the bitrate. So what I can do is, I can go here and then download this to my local computer and open that.
Hi, this is my text. It is through these sacrifices that we kindle the flame of determination, propelling ourselves towards greatness. Each sacrifice serves as a testament to our commitment and unwavering focus on our goals.
All right, so we heard that now. So yeah, that's how you clone your voice in probably 7 lines of code, or maximum in 10 lines of code. And it is that simple. So all you have to do is just create 3 different voice samples of your voice, which is about 10 seconds long, put it inside the directory, and then just reference the directory, and then do the inference. You're done. So I hope you like this video. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you could set up the SAT talker so that you just upload a photo and the audio that you generated using Tortoise, for instance, to get this output. So if you like this kind of content and if you really get some value out of this, if you're getting some value out of this, yeah, do like, share, comment, and subscribe. It will really help the channel out. So yeah, thank you for watching. Stay in the loop. Till next time. Thank you.